Scots poet Robert Burns imagining of what Robert the Bruce might have said to his troops on the eve of the Battle of Bannockburn. It's known as Scots wha hae. It means Scots who have with Wallace bled. Scots will have with Wallace bled, Scots when Bruce has often led. Welcome to your gory dead, or to victory. Now's the day and now's the hour, see the front of battle lower, see approach proud Edward's power, chains and slavery. Wha would be a traitor knave, wha would fill a coward's grave, wha sae base as be a slave, let him turn and flee. Wha for Scotland's king and law, freedom's sword would strongly draw, free man stand and free man fall, let him follow me. By oppression's woes and pains, by your sons in servile chains, we shall drain our dearest veins, but they shall be free. Let us rise against the foe, lay the proud usurper low. Freedom strikes with every blow, let us do or die. There's a nice story about when God was making the world, and Gabriel was looking over his shoulder. He says, "What are you up to today, God?" He says, "I'm making a country called Scotland." He says, "It's going to be a great place to live, you know." He says, "Look at this wiggly coastline here. Think of all the fish and the shellfish and everything that will be catchable there. And there'll be deer running about the hills. There'll be all sorts of game. There'll be a mild climate, so the grass will grow for the cows." And Gabriel says, "I think you're spoiling these people, God." And God says, "Hi, wait till you see the beggars I'm putting in next door to them." Anyway, I'll sing for you a traditional Scots ballad. These often were quite long. This one isn't, you'll be pleased to know. And again, it goes way back to the days when you could be hung for poaching the king's deer. And this chap called Johnny of Bradesley. Bradesley is a small place in Scotland just north of the border. He was determined to go out hunting against his mother's wishes. And she warned him that the sheriff had 7 high foresters who were out to get his blood. But nothing daunted, off he went hunting, and sure enough, fell foul of the king's foresters, who mortally wounded him, but before he died, he managed to kill all of them except one man, who he threw back on his horse so that he could go back and tell everybody what he'd seen. Well, now I've told you the story, I don't really need to say it. Anyway, Johnny, what did he do? Johnny rose up in the May morning, called for water to wash his hands, and he has called for his 2 grey dogs that were bound wi' iron bands, bands that were bound wi' iron bands. When Johnny's old mother, she heard o' this, her hands for dole she wrang, crying, "Johnny, for my benison, to the greenwoods dinna gang, gang, to the greenwoods dinna gang. For the sheriff has 7 high foresters, in Durris dear they dwell, and to get a drop of your heart's blood, they would ride down into hell, hell, they would ride down into hell. But Johnny has busked his good bend bow, his arrows one by one, and he's awa to the greenwood side, to hunt the dun deer doon, doon, to hunt the dun deer doon. He's hunted east, he's hunted west, till at length below the sun, it's there he spied the dun deer lie, beneath the bush o' whin, whin, beneath the bush o' whin. Then Johnny fired, the dun deer leapt with the arrow in her side, and between the water and the wood, the grey dogs laid her pride, pride, the grey dogs laid her pride. They've eaten sae much o' the venison, and they drank sae much o' the blood, that Johnny and his twa grey dogs lay asleep as they were dead, dead, lay asleep as they were dead. Then by there came a silly old man, and an ill death may he die, and he's awa to the seven foresters, to tell what he did see, see, to tell what he did see. As I come by the greenwood side, beneath a bush o' scrogs, the fairest man that e'er I saw lay asleep atween twa dogs, dogs, lay asleep between twa dogs. His coat was o' the finest cloth, all sewn with golden thread, and the twa grey dogs he laid between, their mouths with blood were red, red, their mouths with blood were red. Then up and spoke the first forester, was the heed man o'er them all. If this be Johnny O'Brady's Lee, it's unto him we'll draw, draw, it's unto him we'll draw. The first shot that the foresters fired, it wounded him in the knee, but the second shot the foresters fired, his heart's blood blent his his heart's blood blent his He set his back against an oak, and his foot against a stone, and he's fired upon the seven foresters, and he's killed them all but one, one, he's killed them all but one. He's broken 5 of this man's ribs, his arm and his collar bone, and he's thrown him back upon his horse, to tell what he had seen, seen, to tell what he had seen. Now Johnny's twa grey dogs are dead, nae mair wi' him they run. His body lies in Durris dear, and his hunting days are done, done. His hunting days are done.